Last week, our van blew a spark plug for the first time in the middle of the highway, and we were lucky to find a repair shop to fix it. He suggested we get a full tune-up of the van to avoid any further issues. So, a few days later, we stayed in an auto repair shop for 24 hours. The job took so long, we had to sleep at the shop in our van. Once they finished up, we were finally on our way. This unfortunately did not last long. We soon found ourselves stranded in the desert and had to walk up a mile to find service to call a tow truck.
I'm wondering if you guys have any assistance that can come out.
We knew these would be our final days in the van. So after we got the spark plug replaced again, we decided it is best to head back to our home state, a 30-hour drive away. We are risking everything because a spark plug could blow again, but we are hoping we make it as we race against time.
Convertible. That one didn't have heat.
Your convertible didn't have heat?
No, I don't think it had AC either.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I remember because I was in school and I was part of the dance club and I was doing ballroom. And we had this competition in Princeton and I was like, oh, I'll drive. But the thing that it had heat and it was like, what, like January?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we were
freezing.
It was me, Maria, and then this other guy that I gave a ride to. He was in the back freezing.
Sasha. It is so cold, right, guys? Okay, let's get up. Too high.
Pajamas.
They're not that.
After I thawed them out with my...
Look at these windows. Oh my gosh. It is freezing.
Even the curtains are frozen, man. He was 49.
Okay.
Too much chef.
It's good.
Pickles. Pickles.
Look at your little fins and you look like a bat.
You can't really see them on camera. Oh, there they are.
Pickles the little vampire. Huh? Come on, baby.
everyone.
Hey.
So we made it back safely. If you got to the end of the video, you probably kind of realized that. We're back in Pennsylvania, staying with my grandparents right now. The drive was pretty simple. Like, it was very tiring and it was long, but we luckily didn't have any issues with the van. He thought that he heard some sounds like going on, and he would constantly stop me and say, like, do you hear that? Do you smell that? And I would have to say, no, it's okay. Everything is fine. I don't hear or smell anything. A lot of the times it would be coming from outside, so that was good. But we really lucked out. It was a big risk traveling all the way from Texas to Pennsylvania. We actually never made it to Arizona. I know a lot of you thought that we did, but we weren't in Arizona. We were on our way there. But since the van broke down so many times, we kind of decided to drive back because we thought it would be the safest bet to just stop van life altogether and come to a different conclusion of what we wanted to do. Kind of just like, I don't know.
Stop and regroup.
Yeah, exactly.
Think of our options, and not being on the road because we can keep breaking down, and that's just more expenses. So we will be doing this lifestyle for quite a bit. So we think we should make an investment for a longer time. And although we love this van, the engine is not the only issue that it has. It's got many other things that financially makes us reconsider either that or getting a new van. But yeah, luckily he brought us back safely. He was a trooper all the way through. And there's something about that at least our last trip with it was a safe one. So very thankful to it. But,
yeah, we're thankful for the van getting us home safely and taking us around the country and up to Canada. We did a lot in this van.
we went everywhere.
Yeah, we really did, and it gave us so much happiness. And even with all of the troubles that we went through, we've gotten so many repairs on this van. But when it's your home, you'll do anything for it to save it, and that's what we did. So it hurts a lot to have to leave. I personally have been having a really hard time moving on and accepting that we won't be in it anymore. But we would both like to thank you all so much for all of your amazing comments. We truly were overwhelmed in all the best ways. So incredibly surprised at how much love we were receiving, not just from our personal family and friends, but from all of you. We've really built such a fantastic community here on YouTube, and we couldn't have asked for anything more. And so thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
It was a very lovely thing to wake up to.
Yeah.
And it really lifted our spirits when, we hear you guys saying either to be safe, but mainly that you watch us because of who we are and what we do.
Yeah.
And, that's a big fear of us,
Yeah, I think that is probably the best part of this, is that you guys aren't just watching us because we do van life. You're watching us because, a lot of you really truly care for our safety and for what we do, moving forward. And that means so much to us. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened to the van for all of you who are interested to know, and as to why we have officially kind of decided to just stop van life in this van.
Well, what happened with this last time, some of the spark plugs blew out. The first time it was just one, so we got that replaced. After that, before we went to the national park, we decided to get a tune-up, or at least get all the spark plugs replaced, which what they did. However, this engine, it's very hard to get to, especially those little parts on like the back cylinders. It's just really tough for them to get in with their tools. So they did the best that they could. Some of the ignition coils were replaced, not all of them. So then when we were in Big Bend, the day after, it was fine. just about like 2 days. He was working okay. And then the last day we were going to spend there and then head over to Arizona on the way to Santa Elena Canyon, the other one on Cylinder 7 Blue. So luckily we were able to get towed safely. You know, we have a AAA membership, so
Yeah.
they truly came through.
Luckily, we were able to get service because we drove out quite far.
There's not a lot of service.
There's not a
down
lot
there.
of service, so Big Bend. Luckily, as you're driving through it, service kind of goes in and out. Not all national parks do that, so we got really lucky with that. We kind of knew that once we broke down, we knew that either a mile to a few miles back from where we came, there would be service. So we kind of just had to trek back up by foot and call AAA. We did not call the police. We did not call the park services. We immediately called AAA.
Our towing service.
Yeah, because that's what we pay for. And we were able to get towed to a repair shop for free because of our membership.
Yeah, we got lucky. We get just about 100 miles, and that's how long it was, about 100 miles.
Yeah.
And then, so we got the other cylinder, the other spark plug replaced. The mechanic, he was a really great mechanic. He took us in basically last minute, and he worked on, he put his work aside to get us back on the road. And, again, the intricacy of getting into those tiny parts in the engine, it took him about 4 hours, 3 hours maybe.
Yeah.
And if it was, a regular engine where you could just lean over and get to the spark plugs, we would have been out of there by an hour and a half.
I mean, he's who really helped us get back in general. If it wasn't for him, we drove 30 hours back to Pennsylvania, so it's possible that we could have blown another spark plug if the job wasn't done properly. So we really owe it to him.
And speaking to him, he let us know that the proper way to fully know that all the spark plugs are in there correctly, and that their sockets and the threads are not worn out, and if they are, you can replace or do what you need to do, is to take the engine out. And that's a way to properly service it as well. But we also got our belt, the serpentine belt replaced, fuel engine replaced. So we did some things to try to help it out, but ultimately there's other repairs or the cleaning that it could use. Besides that, the whole bottom of the van is rusted.
It's always been rusted since we first purchased it. We did get rid of quite a lot of the rust, but ultimately the previous owners of this vehicle didn't take the best care of it. So once we got it, we kind of had to deal with all the things that came with it after going through such a tough life before us. But we did. We really tried our best to salvage it.
Yeah, eventually it needs new suspension. It needs the exhaust system will need servicing soon. Radiator will need servicing soon. Differentials. It's just a lot of things that we do service, but over time
you have to service it more frequently.
Yeah, and it started all to come, all at once. Especially, like I said, the rust under. So that's all those factors are things that we're really considering are other options. So we love this van, but we want to keep doing this for a few years, and we're not sure we can do that with this van.
But in other news, we do have some exciting things coming, some big announcements. We have two big announcements that we will be moving forward with, and we are both very excited. I know that it's kind of hard to tell because I think we're both still in the grieving process of the van, but we are very excited about these next steps. So we will be renovating a tiny house finally.
Tiny house.
We talked about this in our speaking to the camera for the first time video, how we always wanted to live in like a tiny cottage of some sort, and we were trying to eventually save up for one in the future. We didn't expect it to happen 2 months later, but we were able to work something out and get a tiny house. So we're really excited. We're gonna reveal a lot more about how we got it next week, but it's really cute. We've already started kind of gutting it out because it had a lot of stuff in it. We already started taking things out, cleaning it up. We have to do a lot of insulation and things like that, but We're really excited to take you along for that process. We know a lot of you will be so excited to hear that we are renovating a tiny house, and we're excited to share it with you. After we finish renovating the cottage, we will be living in it full time, and we will still be coming out with videos every single week. So I'll still be baking, you'll still be creating artwork, we'll still be posting on Patreon for all of you who are interested in going on over to our Patreon. We post the recipes that I make, his additional artwork like photography and any digital art.
And if you like the kickstand from the orange video, that may be there too.
The orange sponge
The orange
cake.
sponge cake, yeah, the cake stand, that might be on Patreon too.
Yeah.
So keep a lookout for those coming soon.
Yeah, he does a lot of wood burning, so he really
And
wants
may
to
start doing some wood carving. So
yeah, so he wants to start putting out some products and items for you all to have if you would like. We were requested, he was actually requested to post
yeah,
some, so he's really excited about that.
yeah, I really am. So I
But
hope you guys like it.
yeah, and we also are posting a lot of extra content on Patreon. We have a lot of content, especially from like our earlier days in van life, and just from our earlier days of traveling, that we want to share on Patreon. So if you're interested, you can go on there. Our Patreon is free to sign up. Any additional perks, like getting the recipes, you do have to sign up to pay $1 for one recipe, $3 for two, and then some other additional things. When you go on there, you can kind of go through the membership, but with the free membership, you can get the content, the extra content that we post, any digital artwork. We will still be posting some of the places that we have stayed, and then any photography will be posted all through the free membership. So please take a look at it if you have some time. Thank you so much to everyone who has already signed up. We appreciate you so much.
We really do.
And we are so excited to go into our second month of creating on Patreon. This goes to say that we will not stop posting on YouTube. We will still be posting every single Friday at 7:30, so please do not worry.
You can't get rid of us that quick, easily.
No, you can't.
We'll
No, you
still be
can't.
around. We're happy to always share what we do with you guys, and the fact that you are always watching is what drives us to even keep going.
Yeah,
And
this is what we
yeah.
love to do.
Ultimately, we love sharing with you guys and hearing the things that you have to say. So
this is kind of what's keeping us going and keeping us, happy, is continuing to post these videos. It really brings out the creativity in us, and it brings us so much joy.
So after we renovate the tiny house and we've, done what we need to do, saved up a little money, work a little bit, we are going to get another van. So then the next project will be renovating another van. We will most likely recycle a lot of things that we built from this van,
That's the
because, they're very well built. I would know. I built them. We built them. So we're going to be recycling a lot of the things from here just to also make it, economically friendly.
Yeah.
And we really just love the style of this van, like a cabin on wheels, and that's what we're trying to bring to the next van.
Yeah.
But we'll let you guys know when we start doing that, a little research here and there, but we'll
That's
bring you
the
guys along
plan.
for the road.
For those of you who are here because you really love our journey with van life, and we know a lot of you were just as disappointed as we are to hear that we had to kind of put it on hold. We want to make sure that those of you who are here for van life videos, that we will be continuing. We are not finished. I think that's another reason why we were so upset, because it was just cut so abruptly, and so we didn't expect it. We thought we could get at least another year out of this van, and so we still have so many places that we want to go. We haven't been to Wyoming to visit Yellowstone by popular demand. It seems like everyone goes to Yellowstone. That's like one of the first.
We would like to
And
make
we
it to
haven't.
Alaska.
Yeah, we thought that we could make it to Alaska in this van.
Yeah.
That, I don't think that was ever going to happen.
No.
But we would like to make the big trek up to Alaska one of these days, in a new van, a better van. We've been to a lot of areas of Canada, but one of the areas that I have been so eager to visit is Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. I grew up reading Anne of Green Gables books, and those books take place in Prince Edward Island. So I'm really excited. A summer there would be just so perfect. We would love to go up and visit. So we have more that we want to do, and it'll be even better because, you know, while we're on the road, we always know that we will have somewhere to come back to. Other than family, obviously we have family that helps us out, and we're so grateful. But it's always nice to have your own place, and that's really exciting for us. Thank you all again.
Thank you.
So much. We're so excited
Thank you for being
to
here and staying
share.
here.
We hope you'll be here next week to see the tiny house reveal. It is very different.
It is.
You guys will be, I think you'll be very surprised by what kind of tiny house it is. But you'll also think, okay, this makes sense. But it holds, I would say, it holds a special place in my heart because it has been a part of my life for a very long time. And I never looked at it and thought, this is something that I could turn into
Living space.
yeah. So
Indefinitely living
exactly. So I'm very excited for those reasons. He's very excited because
space. I get to build.
yeah, it's another project. Thank you all so much again
Thank
for
you.
watching, and we'll see you soon.
We'll see you next time.
Too many cats. Not enough lap. One of y'all gotta go.
I heard cookies. Y'all got cookies?
Yeah, there's something a little pink over there.
This is so cute.